This is, be quiet please, this is episode, I don't know, 31. Now,
It was 31 2 weeks ago.
32. Now, two things I have to mention for a start before we introduce our special guest. One is I wonder if he's ever been down to the Lobster Cave and taken whoever he's going out with at the minute, man, woman or beast. I'm not sure what his sexual proclivity
Where's
is.
Lobster Cave? I'll be getting a free lunch there.
And it's you can enter the competition to come and eat with
Can't
Mike.
read and write.
And the other thing is I've been chastised during the break about me dominating this. So I tell you what I'm going to do, and I get plenty of stuff on the social media saying,
Throw it to me.
why do you keep interrupting and why do you dominate? So here I'm going to introduce this bloke, and then I'm going out for to get a coffee, and I'll come back in 3/4 of an hour.
Will you get me one?
Thanks, John.
I will, just a minute.
Flat white,
So let me introduce this
oat
man.
milk I'd like. Flat white oat milk.
You're a fat white goat.
You big goat, Don.
So this man has, amongst other things, besides being actually a very good footballer, has made a record, a singing record.
Number one, yep.
He's boxed. Shut up. He's boxed. He's been a skills coach. He's made pornographic movies. He's been a celebrity Big Brother contestant. He has done just about the lot. And if your Rex Hunt was off his tree, if you reckon Rex Hunt was fractionally mad, stand by for this bloke. He's an infectious personality.
That's distinct from infected.
He's infectious.
Don't Sean, you be
He's
smart either.
infectious.
Sheeny, no one knows
He
you.
infects people with his nonsense. And I know him
Sheeny.
quite well.
I haven't
and
been called that when I was since I was
His name
12.
is Warwick Kappa. And the first question and the only question I'm going to ask him when you take over, I want to ask you, Warwick Kappa.
Hi, guys. Anyway, thanks for having me. It's
I
been a
want
long
to
drive.
ask
Hang
you-
on, Warwick, he's asking you a question.
I know that idiot,
what,
Don.
What
Don't
do
bend
you,
over, I'll drive you home, Don. Yes, John?
What do you think people think of you?
They get a bit excited at first. I'd probably do 300 or 400 photos a day, 250 shows a year, meet and greet like yourself, Sam. But 90% like me and it's about 8% not sure, 2% cockheads.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
I like that question.
That's good. Yeah, I answered it.
So 90% like you.
Yeah, 8 unsure, 2% think I'm a bit arrogant, but it's just a bit of a persona. You got to see yourself, and that's why I retired at 27.
Is it natural? Are you,
Yeah.
Are you who we see?
Yep. How about Sam's boat sunk last week? He goes me free fishing boat monthly. Hit the rocks and sunk his boat.
Well, you don't want to talk about
I'll have to get a jet
yourself.
ski.
You don't want
Let's
to
talk about my favourite
yourself.
subject, guys, myself, for the next 6.5 hours.
Well, I'll start it off.
We are
can I?
15 minutes late, though.
We're going to get serious. I took an interest in your football career. You wouldn't have known that, but I was commentating on the Comedy Cup. We used to call it the Comedy Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Commodore Cup, Army Reserve Cup. And there was a young boy from Oakley Districts who played for South Melbourne Seconds.
That's right.
Sydney were playing up in Sydney at that stage, and the Seconds used to play down here. And you played a lot of lakeside game.
Won the best and first by one vote. Lucky, just got in.
Now, I was an admirer of yours because, now don't take this the wrong way, I believe you got everything out of the ability that you had to be a footballer. Because I watched you in the Seconds, I wondered where you were going to play. You played in a ruck, centre half, forward, different positions, and I thought you just couldn't. I didn't know where. You're a good footballer. I had great effort. Who came up with the idea, it was an ingenious idea of playing you at full forward?
Greg Miller, he recruited me, so I played ruck. I had a good leap, but I was only 6'3.5", and I was against guys at 6'7".
Are you 6'3.5"?
Then they put Musty in, and then I was changing full forward. Started taking the hangers, and they go, "This kid's got a bit." And then
Now, hang on, when did you start playing at full forward? Because you didn't play it at Lakeside Oval.
only part time, yeah.
So you're in the ruck kind of centre half forward. So who came up with the idea of putting you in the seniors at full forward?
Peter Hogan.
That was a stroke. That was really a stroke of genius.
Peter Hogan, the ex-Richmond Rover.
Yeah, that's how I won the best and first. And then I was going to leave because I couldn't get a game. I was
What, you're going to leave South Melbourne Twos?
Yeah, no, I was going to leave the whole club.
Right.
Because I couldn't. I was emergency 19 times out of 23. Won the best and first by a vote over Stephen McBroom, and that's when I got 17 games next year. And Carlton offered me $220,000 contract at 3 years. So instead of going to Sydney, I was going to go to Carlton.
What year was that?
82.
So in 82, you were offered $220,000 a year.
Yeah, it's a 75
Do
a
you
year.
know there are now 32 players who earn $800,000 plus?
Yeah, I know. I used to earn
But
that.
it's all relative.
Are they overpaid?
I used
or
to
not?
earn that 30 years ago, mate.
Well, no, you didn't. You said you got 220.
I bullshitted a bit. I picked up 2.4 for 3 years in the Lamborghini because I could after 103 goals and 92, 195 with a goal average of 3.6.
Did you get that at Brisbane?
Correct, mate. I told you that at mine. Got your ratings number 1. Remember? Remember that funny show was right down the bottom?
Now, listen, getting back to a serious question.
Until you came on.
Got you right up there.
Now, listen, you can go with your
Good
bullshit
show.
in a minute because
Okay,
I'd rather
tell
go
him.
back to your football.
Okay, Donald.
Okay, now
Donald.
why did you leave Sydney? Because I thought that was a detrimental move because the ball used to come out of that centre very, very quickly, small ground. It catered for you, 1 out. You go up to Brisbane, bigger ground, ball comes down slower. I thought that was to your detriment. Why did you even consider it?
Because the stupid ex-wife Joanne, who now I've given the ass, 27 years with her, the handbrake. She used to be a 9 out of 10. Now she's about 3. Now she's
That'll do.
Now she's,
Yeah,
now she's
get
a
back to
bowling
your
ball.
football.
Joanne's that fat she makes me hungry, Don. A bit like herself. But anyway, they offered me 2.4 million. I should have stayed, but she wanted to go to Queensland, Don. And that was after kicking 195 in 2 years, 103 and 92. Scotty knows. I mean, Moggy Sheehan knows all about the stats. But I didn't really want to go. But back then, they pretty ordinary. They wanted me to be the face of it, and the ground was too big. The ball came down too quick, and I had 3 friends at the Brisbane Lions Bears. One was the orange boy, one was the massage girl, and the other one was rub and tug girl.
And
so there was no
I
friends.
I felt for you because I saw you. You weren't playing in this particular game, and I was commentating, but you were pushing the weights prior to the game by yourself in the room. So I thought he is pretty conscientious. He's doing his bit, yet you seem to be ostracised from the rest of the team.
That was because Peter Knights was a bit weak. He was a good bloke, wasn't the best coach. Every time, he's probably a mate of yours. I don't know.
No.
I liked him, but
saying.
every team he coached, they finished bottom, like Tasmania and a few other teams. And he went over there, he lost a bit of control of the team. I said, put me centre half back, you dickhead. I see the ball once every 31 minutes. I still took kick 8 goals against Richmond, against the Bears. I won the goal kick and there were 49 goals, Scotty. So the ball didn't come down much. And you work at Rod Olsen, my ex-manager,
Yeah, I know.
remember, on the radio. He said, every time he leads out, it just goes over his head. Wankers.
Now,
So they weren't kicking the ball to
Yeah,
you.
jealous wankers. Even Mark Roberts said that. He played for Brisbane.
Who's dominating now? Now, there are 2
Donnies, good on
giant
him.
egos in this
3
room.
cheers for Don and Warwick.
One is called Warwick Capper and the other is John Sammy Newman. Why don't you say anything?
Because he's gone to go and get
he's having
our
a spell.
coffees.
He's having a spell. There's 3 great players here, and the rest didn't play.
I'll tell
Didn't
you,
play
I
nothing.
listen to the people I'm on this podcast with, my other comrades.
Thank you, John. I've driven 45 minutes to be here.
Not you.
I'd like to have a bit of a say.
Don and Mick, you've said I control, I speak too
You do,
much,
I like it.
interrupt. Don, you take it from here, mate.
Well, go and get us our coffees.
I've got 15 questions, none of which you've asked yet, so
What
I
about
hope
it?
you
I
get
wanna
round
ask-
to them all.
What about a hot chocolate, John?
Did you think Warwick Capper could play?
I did. Am I allowed to speak, Don?
You don't kick 103.
I know that. I
Listen,
know
we all know that. You don't have to tell
There's
us.
3 players here that can play, and you were just a media advisor.
A media advisor, was it?
Did you play footy at all, mate?
Why are you wearing
No,
sunglasses?
I do like you. I got a bit of hay fever. Of course I can play, mate. I got 2 runners up in the Coleman.
I know. I wanted to because you're not his type.
We're
I
all good
wouldn't have
players.
Why wasn't he
Ask
as
him.
top?
Were you cynical about Warwick when he came onto the scene?
He had Whitebirds too.
Cynical
Didn't he?
about it.
Well, doubtful.
Well, of course you're doubtful until you see someone's modus operandi.
And
Oh,
did you like his MO?
I like the MO.
Well, mate, if you're a player at full forward and you kick, I think, 103 and 95 goals,
It's not easy.
Yes.
shut up. If you kick 103 and 97 or what goals in a side, no matter who's kicking you the ball and who's the coach, I think Tom Hafey might have been the coach then, not sure.
There was no passes either.
I tell you what, you've got to be able to play football. Ask him, because I'm not getting involved ask him, was he disappointed not to be made full forward in the team of the century?
Well, we know the
I
answer
was
to that,
really,
don't we?
really pissed
do
off.
we?
Yeah. Well,
Good question,
You
John.
were genuinely aggrieved by that.
Can I just answer it without you butting in for a minute, you blokes? A good question. You had 2 or 3 good years there, and I thought, with Mark Bayes gets in and Stephen Wright, don't upset them, but they good players, good ordinary players, but they got in. I thought, we're sure to be in. So I got the invite.
Excuse me, Stevie Wright got in.
Yeah. So I thought, I'm a chance at least to be in the top 20,
Yeah, but
surely.
Stevie Wright's a rover. He's got nothing to do with your position.
No, I know that, but yeah. So I'm happy for Plugger to get in because he was better and played a bit longer.
Wow,
bit tougher.
big concession from
Yeah,
you.
I just snuck in, but I'm still the biggest name in Sydney. I made the AFL $100 million. They admit that. I'm on the AFL ad this last year with the Foxtel ad where it goes Kiapa trademarked. So they'll be getting an invoice for that one of $195,000. Getting back to the question, I thought I've got to get a little stupid game at Team of the Century. Who can't make that? So all these dickheads got in. I go, oh, well, there's two names to go, so someone's going to be awfully disappointed. So either me or Rod Carter. Even Rod Carter didn't get in. 297 games. What wankers? Three cheers for Cole Kinnear.
But you had to be picked either at full forward or not at all.
On the bench for 4 pocket would be nice.
Who was on the bench?
Where was Bob Pratt?
Creswell.
Where was Bob
I think
Pratt?
he was on the bench.
Dead.
Oh, it couldn't have been.
I think he's dead.
Bob Pratt is probably the best full forward.
Yeah, he was good. He's
played
pushing
the
up
game.
daisies.
If you can,
Yep.
if you consider he only played probably 18 games for the season,
He was
kicked
good, yeah.
150 goals
Yeah,
for
but
the season.
Easier back then, though.
Sammy.
So I didn't get a game. So I'll just finish questions. So guess what, Sammy? I pushed the table over at the big show. There was 5,000 people there. In Sydney, I went, this is just a load of shit. So me and my friends started singing, there's only one Warwick Kappa, one wizard, yeah. Push it over. Then they say sorry. Then I realised Ricky Craig got the shits because I mentioned about the Barry Round little affair a month before on the project. So I thought that's a bit biased. So I made that club at least 100 mil. Didn't get a game. Wouldn't talk to him.
So you're saying that Ricky Quaid was a selector, and because of what you said on the project,
I should have kept quiet. My fault. So there's a bit of bias there. So I didn't get a game. And then they want me to play in their celebrity games to raise money for the sponsor. I said, go and get someone else. Go and get Lockett. He won't even fucking play, you dickheads. Bad luck. So I wouldn't talk to him for 4 years. Then they made up and put me in the Hall of Fame. Me and Paul Roos.
So
it was good.
Does Paula Anderson make your Hall of Fame?
Pamela,
mate. You are a prick. At least watch the ad, mate, you idiot. Thanks to Ultra Tune, #1 sponsor in the world.
Hey, now listen, Warwick.
Does Pamela Anderson make your Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Not bad. Top 10.
Yeah.
Not as good as Lisa, but she had a good rig and good commercial. Last year was Charlie Sheen.
And you knew her pretty well?
After the second day I did, especially when I had adjoining penthouse rooms at the Versace, driving my old Ferrari, free sponsor like Sambo, flat stick, up Mermaid SeaWorld Beach Drive, where I used to have a condominium 30 years ago at
Has he answered the question?
no, did you roll her over?
No, it did have a little crack, but there's a few security guards there, but we shared the same tent, make-up tent.
Now,
That's pretty intimate.
What a good ad, though. Don't try and be smart, mate. You bend over, Sheeny, I'll drive you home.
Geez, you were different when you wanted to come on my show, weren't you?
Oh, yeah,
Huh?
kept ringing him and
Yeah.
anyone put me on.
That's
and
true.
up went the ratings, 3.9 million hits. I'll tell you what, that show's made me a lot of money. Thanks for that, because everyone watches it and goes, let's book Warwick for a meet and greet footy show. And I watched last week. Another great question, Mike. How's my fat face and me too much fake tan? Do I look funny? I've trimmed down to a block of flats. Thanks for asking.
trim down, you're overweight.
Oh, don't get smart. Don't know. I drive you home too. Put you in the next porno, Triple X Kappa 2. It's coming out next year.
Now, listen, I saw an ad. Did
Three
I
cheers
see
for
an ad
Donny.
or not? I was half asleep the other night, and you featured.
Wait, I'm
Is there a
looking
show coming on, or was that an ad something to do with liposuction?
Yes, I've had the face done. Thanks to Daniel Lanza, best surgeon in Australia. But like Sam Newman, we've had that muscle plastic surgery. When we cry, the tears run down our backs.
We knew you'd say that.
Caps goes boom, which I said on the Today Show.
6 to 4 on before you came
That's
in.
a good joke, but it's actually true. See, the fat's gone. A bit of hay fever today, but I look about 40 and I'm 57
And you
in
have
3
had-
weeks.
you have had plastic
Yep, thanks to
surgery?
Daniel Lanza at Malvern. Guess what I'm getting next, Donny? 6-pack lipo. Bang.
What?
Just to
Why
make
did you go for a run?
I do. Just makes the abs pop out.
You couldn't run
Oh,
out
I've
of
got no
sight.
fat. Look.
Yeah.
Nothing. I've even got his shorts on, Collingwood shorts. I've got Dol Thomas shorts. He wanted to swap.
Do you ever have a serious discussion with anyone about anything?
We had one before
You got me
about
excited.
football.
So we're just doing this.
No, but do you?
Yeah, we're doing this surgery next month. Thanks for
No,
asking.
but the surgery aside, do you ever chat about world events or affairs?
I do, on the Mangrook last year. I was a regular host, and that's going to 7 mate this year, so I'll be on that thanks to me and Grant and the other mumbling guy, Dougie.
Hawkins?
Yeah, he's a good bloke, yeah. So, I do chat sensibly. If you ask me sensible questions, you'll get a sensible answer, you idiots.
So I'm trying to get back to your football again. Why did you go back to Sydney for 1 year, and why didn't it work back at Sydney
Good question,
for that
Don.
year?
They were pretty shit, the Lions, as you know, because we were on 3 wooden spoons. The ball didn't come down much. The coach couldn't coach pigs to be dirty. Ground was too big. They were jealous, for starters. So I picked up a 2.4, bought 4 houses in a Lambo. That was good. Thanks, Christopher.
Yeah, but get back to your football.
I will. And then they said, let's get Warwick back and get the marketing back. So on the posters, guess who's back? I was on all the billboards. Answer your question. Kicked 49 goals, missed the last 6, and Jason Love won by 2 goals. That's his record. He beat me in the goal kicking. Because we had Colconier. Bit of a shit coach. Met his son. Told him that too. I like Cole, but he's a boring prick. Didn't want me to come back.
He didn't want you back.
He's a wanker. Wear black boots. No one like. That's why Carlton gave him the ask. Wear black boots. Wear baggy shorts. Don't be like everyone else. I said, how can I be like everyone else?
Really?
I ran this fucking team for 8 years, you dickhead. How can I blend in? And then I.
You didn't run the team 8 years ago. They had a pretty hot team 8 years ago. You were one of many very good players.
I'm just taking the piss.
Yeah.
They had Greg Williams,
yes,
Healy,
Barry Round,
Bolton Round, and the beautiful Merv Nagel passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So just before you leave, did you get $2.4 million for 3 years in Brisbane?
Yeah, that was the whole package. That was a transfer fee, my fee, and the AFL had to pay some AFL the money, and that transfer fee was $485. Which Brad
which went to Sydney.
Yeah, because they were broke. They had about $2 million in tax.
Okay.
That was all, but it was worthwhile because I'm still milking the shit out of it now. So who really cares? I'll be like your guy, like you blokes when I'm 74. I'll be coming with my radio show, just picking up 5 large a week like Fox FM. Tune in 8:10 Friday mornings, #1 show in Australia. It'll soon be called the Wizz, Byron and Fifi box. There's no fifth. You kick 99 goals and choked.
May I, Donald?
You may, Donald.
No, just a minute.
You may,
What?
Sam.
If you like, John. Is it a good question?
Well, you'll have to wait and see. Is it all right if I ask it?
Have a go.
I haven't
this
butted
show.
in. I haven't talked over
you've
anyone.
been terrific.
I love this show, Don.
What?
It's a good show.
Possessed you, Warwick, to make a pornographic movie. What did you think you had going for you besides, I presume, a reasonable-sized knob?
Yeah,
What did you want to do that for?
That's a good controversial question. Get your ratings up. Well, I was on Big Brother and got thrown out of that for nudity. And
No, you exposed yourself
Yeah.
to someone who you disagreed with on the show.
redheaded
Why
girl.
did you do that?
Because she had her tits out and she was giving me a soft on. And they said, Warwick, how big's your cock? I said, 3 inches from the ground. So out I went. I was evacuated from the house after 2 nights, picked up 45,000. And then I went out with a stripper who was 24 and I was 46. I was the same age as the father. I said, well, just put a camera there, have some fun, put some lingerie on, see what happens. Gave her the best 69 seconds of her life. I picked up 1.3 million and gave her 10 grand, and then that was it.
You must be a very wealthy man
But
because
like-
you're picking up millions and 40,000s, and you must be worth a squillion.
Done all right. A bit like John. Done all right, mate.
Don,
What did you pick 1.9 up for?
1.4.
Well,
Just for the sales, mate. We sold 1.4 million copies of it.
Don,
$75 a video.
Don.
she was in the video with you.
Yeah.
I hadn't finished.
It was my girlfriend, but I didn't like her that much. But it's just a marketing plot. A bit like the Kardashians, John. Over to you, Johnny.
I hadn't finished on. You started to speak, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but I hadn't finished on the porno.
Look at John's shirt. I love pink.
When you decided to make a pornographic movie,
Yeah,
how does that? Pardon the expression. How does that come about? Do
Easy.
someone call you into a motel room with
I'll tell
a
you.
willing suitor, and you
I'll tell you,
strip
John.
off and take some Viagra and some drugs and go whack, or what? How does it work?
That's what I'm about to tell you. So I've had about 5 agents. You know, I've had Max Marks, and then I've got Joseph Lamana. Then I had this guy called Fred, the big fat prick. I shouldn't trust him, but he had porn companies. He goes, why don't we put a camera in there? You're going out with a topless waitress girl, and she goes, oh, she agreed with it. She signed the form. I made her sign it, the waiver form. So we just put a camera there, John, a bit like Kardashians, and we sort of leaked it out on purpose. And Vivid, the biggest sex company in the world, they sell vibrators, which I like to have them, and different things. They put it in their stores. So they sold for $95 a video, so 1.4 million, and I got $30 out of each
Don?
video. So Kappa goes bang again.
Can I keep going?
Literally. Bang, boom, bangy.
Don, can I keep going?
Triple X Kappa goes boom. Shut up, Don.
Did you have to have a fluffer, someone to get the girl excited?
Oh, I didn't need that.
No, the girl, not you.
Nah, she was okay.
Did you? No, I'm serious about this.
She was used to it.
You said you've taken recreational drugs when you played football.
Yes, that was some uppers me and Merv Nagel did.
That's all right.
While you were playing.
That sold the book 1.9 million copies.
What type of uppers were you taking?
They were briquettes. They were like F-15 speed. I pinched them out of the truck. Me and Merv Nagel had them. I kicked 6 the first half. By 3/4 time, I was very, very tired.
But you're
and emotional. I don't recommend it, people.
You're trivialising this though. If you were to do that today, would you be rubbed out?
Yeah.
You would.
Ben Cousins did it for 15 years.
On the
He won
same
a Brownlow.
thing. On the same thing.
Yeah.
So that improved your performance, for half a game?
Yeah. And
Half a game?
Yeah, nothing else. Shit house. So
Don.
I wouldn't recommend it. Good question, John.
Don,
Any more
no,
footy
but-
questions?
No, but Don, you.
I've got one more. When you used to come down to the Army Reserve Cup, there was a very nice young blonde girl, and we used to look at you walking in with this blonde girl.
That was
Turned out to
Joanne
be
Kappa.
Joanne. Now, you're a high celebrity couple. Joanne?
27
you still,
years.
You're still with Joanne?
Yeah, she had a breakdown. That wasn't living with me. That was probably all the work on the farm. Had this $3 million farm at Canungra, beautiful. Now it's a drought, so it's great. So that's karma. So in her ass. There was a fire there. There was droughts for 6 years, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. I had 70 cows. I had a dog called Pugsley Kappa, and I had my own bull. But that was her, yeah.
Any kids?
Yeah, my sons. You asked me that, you dickhead. Indiana Warrior Kappa, 26.
Oh, that's right.
Builder and ski.
Don't call me a dickhead.
Nah, but you're getting a bit nasty over there.
What? Ask me
Shady.
if you had any kids.
No, sorry about that. Don stirred me up asking me that.
You're going to ostracise another guest, Mick.
No, I like Mick's all right. Mick's got a great head for radio because you can't see it.
I tell you, is this going through your
And
mind?
there's three handsome guys here,
Mick.
Don, John and Warwick.
Is this going through your mind that if Rex Hunt was sitting there
I love Rex.
having a conversation with Warwick,
Rex
he'd
is,
go around the world?
Rex is shit hot.
I reckon the Mensa's team would
Wouldn't
send...
even wouldn't register on the Richter scale.
How good's Rex with his commentary? I've been on this show 10 times. I love him. Down to the Breville, down to Rockabye, baby, down to Cappuccinos. He's taken 6 marks again in the one game. He's had that many cars. He's had his own car yard.
So believe it or
He'll
not,
be
what,
up to
Don? Okay,
What?
can I ask another question? All right.
Believe in yourself.
Just say yes. I don't.
Yes, John.
Right. Believe it or not, you were. Believe it or not, you thought of entering politics, and believe it or not, Mark Jackson was your political advisor.
Oh,
What in God's name was going through whatever you call you've got inside that cranium of yours?
Think
Is
it's
it
smart.
a brain or what is it?
Think it's
what
smart.
was going on in your brain? when
Okay,
you
I'll
thought,
answer that plastic face. I was working for FHM and Inside Footy, Footy Week, and FHM and Zoo, and they said, let's do something different. Why don't you run for Parliament? So I thought, Pauline Hanson, she's good, Pauline Pansdown. I'm friends with the son, both in Queensland. His son was a carer, so I used to get massages off him and the cousin. I'm not gay, but he's a nice guy. But he's handsome. Getting back to the questions.
He's gay, is he?
No, he wasn't gay, but his cousin was. So we were close, but nothing happened. There was no playing hide the sausage, which is Don's favourite game. So I thought I'm going to run for mayor, Don.
Get Rex on the line.
Mayor of where?
See if you
Gold
can call
Coast. Gold Coast.
And I was going against Paulie Hanson. Guess what? So we're ready to go. Great publicity. I'm not going to shit out once again. Fought Wendell Saylor in a celebrity fight. Pick up a bit
What's
of money.
that got to do with the...
Nothing at all, but it's just the same year. But shut up, stop interrupting, you pricks. So I thought I'd run for a joke. Guess what happened? Zoo didn't register me. They were half an hour late, so I didn't get registered.
Oh.
But I was only running for the
Broad Beach or Gold Coast?
Gold Coast, yeah, Gold Coast Mayor. And my elective was, I was in Canungra, starts with B, about half an hour from there anyway.
Oh, does it?
Bow Desert, that's it. You know Bow Desert, Sheeny? It's not the arsehole end of the world, but you can see it from there. Caps goes boom, once again.
So
bitches.
keep this clean, Don.
Yeah, you're right, go.
Keep this reasonably clean. I'm fascinated by. I
like
just
your-
can't imagine myself or
I like your
any
shirt
of us
too,
three
Sam.
here,
They come
the
in
other
men's.
two boys, signing up to do a porno movie.
Oh, he keeps getting back at
no,
that.
but it's fascinates
That's one
me.
of 5,000 things. Who cares?
Fascinates me. Is what did you do in the porno movie, and did you have to actually get yourself up and about
Yes.
in order to do
She was a
it?
dirty old stripper, so I didn't matter anyway. So
And what did you do in the porno movie?
just
Or can
chopped
I-
up, put my 9-inch penis in her vagina. She did a bit of dancing and a bit of slapping and just a bit of fun, mate. We're just fucking around, really. And there's just me and her there.
Is this going to air?
Fuck, I hope so. So it's going to go bang. I love podcasts.
Just put a penis into her
This is
vagina.
better than Fox Air, baby. You can just get
Well,
away with a
that's
lot of
re- I
shit
think
here.
That's reasonable. You can say that, Mick.
Can't ya?
We haven't been dirty. That's
No.
Well, I don't know what happened. That was
penis
it.
is a medical term, and vagina. I
No,
think the vag is what it's
No,
called.
I'm...
Yeah, and guess what, Mike?
yes, Warwick.
She couldn't fight, but you should see a box. Caps goes boom. No dumping.
I think we're going over the line.
No dumping on
probably-
this show. There's no Fox FM dumping on this show.
think
Warwick Kappa
we're
goes bang.
Probably going over the line
When
now.
you get home at night and you put your head down, and after a day like this, do you reflect on what you've done? Do you ever?
Shit, I love it. I love you blokes. I love footy. I love entertainment. I love myself. And I have a big mirror with Pamela Anderson.
Are
Can I ask
tracking
you something? Now, can I ask you,
so
please?
sorry, Don.
Work with Charlie
You-
Sheahan. There was
listen,
more
you seem
snow
to
there
ke-
than Falls Creek.
Listen, you seem to come up with all these business ventures. I've seen you. There's a
Cappuccino van.
Yes,
Had two of those.
So what's happened to those?
Picked up $500,000 for that.
Oh,
and I have, thanks for asking, Don. I've got 17 shops.
Hang on,
Don.
I'm
I've
up
got
to
17
3
shops
million.
open this year. I've got 17
up-
shops opening called Be Tasty Food Diners.
So how much are you going to get out
I
of
have
those?
10%. I have a $500,000 share.
Well hung, mate.
Yeah. And got well-hung meats. I've got a share in that too. It's the biggest butcher shop in Essendon. It's called Mastercard, but we changed the name, me and Sam. He's our best segment on Footy Show. Got 6.9 million hits, more than that, Mike. It was called the Kappa's Well-Hung Meats. We're the house rice best friend. You ring, we bring.
So what else have you been doing? I've got the coffee shop. Oh, no, the coffee van. What else is there?
I do 250 appearances a year. The
Yeah,
one with Ricky
well, you've
Nixon.
already said that,
Ricky
but I
Nixon
want to know
last
your
week with
business
Epping.
ventures.
Right, okay, I've got these shops. I've got a
Okay, what else? We got the shops. What else? Wine? Are you into wine?
I've got my own wine, mate. Thanks, Charles. I'll give you one. I've got Kappa's Shiraz. They sell for $75.99.
Right.
I get them from Dan Murphy's, $3. Put my own label on. Sold 25 of those at the show. I got them again. I sold 16 frames of Mark of the Century. That cost me $10. Sold them for $600 each signed.
Hey, Warwick,
Oh,
What
yes,
would your
yes,
net worth
yes.
be?
Yes.
you need permission to
I am
speak
so
here.
sorry.
What, do you take drugs?
No, just pre-workouts, tablets.
Two more
Yeah.
days till Christmas. Sleeping days.
Just they're legal. I get it from the shop where I do weights. As you can see, I'm very well cut, and they're just called pre-workout tablets. And you just have one of those. It's got a bit of mild, bit of speed in it. I'm a little bit
You
ADD.
don't take.
I'm a little bit ADD like yourself, but that's okay. I do need some Dexies. I forgot my Dexie this morning. But
What are Dexies?
Oh, they just relax you.
So you're on uppers and then downers.
No, not really bad. Yeah, kind of, but they're illegal, and they make you give them energy. You know, I felt tired today. I had a big weekend. I worked, and here we are.
What, you don't normally work?
I haven't worked since I was 26, really. I've retired at 26. So when you're on 37,000 a week, dying for 10 years, you have a fair life.
Could we put the
3 cheers for Warwick
general
Kappa.
public at ease? Are you tracking square at the minute with
Go,
anyone?
going well, mate. What's that mean? That's a good line.
You're going out with someone.
You've got more lines of Vietnamese fishing boat. Sam, of course I am.
You're
I'm
going
engaged, you idiot, to Lisa Rocca, which should soon be Lisa Kappa.
And hang on.
What's
you're
mine
going
is
out
mine.
with you're going out with Lisa Rocker, ex-Lisa Rocker.
Yeah.
And she's going to
what do
be
you mean
Lisa Kappa.
Who is she married to?
It's Eugene Rocker.
You've met her on your boat, Sam.
Eugene's
Remember?
ex-wife.
Eugene Rocker was that boring. You put
who's
an
the-
Atlas to sleep.
And did you say you're going to marry her?
Yeah, one day, mate, I might do the right thing. I've been there.
I like Eugene.
Yeah, he's a good
He
bloke.
He used to be CEO in North Melbourne.
Yeah. Not a bad guy.
How did you get onto her?
Oh, I just had a little, had a little meeting up at the Gold Coast where I had a big stable. One dog, one bone, big kennel. Caps goes boom again.
Table of
How
what?
come I'm so funny? I am the Premier Speaker, and if you'd like to book a show with Warwick Kappa and Sam Newman, and to a lesser extent Ricky Nixon, book me now on Wizz39Kappa at Gmail, and you'll see me at 8 Friday mornings at Fox FM.
What's the
Bang.
difference between you and Rex Hunt?
Nothing. We're both legends. I love Rich. I love Rex Hunt. What's he ring right now? X3AW.
Don't get him on.
Good bloke, good footballer. And he's like me, good marketer.
Had Lisa Rocker...
Don.
What?
It's funny.
A rocker. Had Lisa a rocker, was she still with Eugene when you met
No,
her?
that was just a bit of a breakup. So I just sort of slipped in the back door. Caps goes boom once again. And they said, Warwick, how big's your penis? I said 3 inches from the ground. And just
that one, mate.
forget
You've
it.
used that.
I know. I've got more, mate.
Who are your best buddies? Who do you?
Besides Amira, probably Lisa, the makeup kid. I'm sponsored by that.
Yeah, your football. Mate.
Charlie Sheahan.
Your football buddies.
Mark Bays, Stephen Wright.
Okay.
And
So
Jamie
because
Because they're all
Dersma.
the
Mark
Oakley
Bays.
Districts boys.
Yeah, and Jamie
right?
Dersma.
Yeah.
And guess what? Silvio Vicini. Good guy.
Yes.
And Gary Fungalis.
Hang on, Bays came from Oakley?
Noah Park.
Yeah, well, you were
Yep.
Oakley.
Yeah,
Who was the other one?
Jamie Dersma.
Well, Jamie was everywhere.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Stevie
Melbourne.
Wright.
Hawthorne. They had more clubs than Greg
Yeah,
Norman.
yeah.
Another joke. But yeah, but about 5 of them. But a lot of them aren't always famous to me, so it makes me feel good. And to a lesser extent, Phil McCormick, he played in the seconds, good seconds player. Caught up with him last week, and he's quite wealthy, so he's a friend of mine too. He's got a sunglasses company and a marketing company.
So that's why you're friendly with him, because he's
No, I like
wealthy?
him anyway. Yeah, and I make him look good, so he likes that. He gets more chops. He likes that.
Do you like footy? Current
Yeah, I like footy. Yeah, it's good.
2020 footy.
Yep, I'm hoping the Swans can get back in the 8.
Yeah, but do you like the game?
Not bad. It's a bit sterilised now. They go backwards to go forwards, and too many handballs. wasn't tough days like when Sam Newman played and Don Scott and Warwick Kappa, whereas tough fullbacks. Now they're like cream puffs. Like,
Who'd you hate playing on?
Oh, Rick Kennedy, fucking wanker. He's
a strong player.
I still
wasn't
kick
he?
5 goals at him every time. And he couldn't even fight, but he used to come out and
He would have belted you,
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Let me explain. He stepped on me new pink boots, upset me hair, the makeup started running, and then he had the audacity to stick his finger up my ass, and I said, "Hey, Rick, you got 4 hours to stop that. That's
Now listen,
nice."
who else did you...
Stand in front of me and I'm going to sit on your face once again, and you've been the Herald Sun. Once again, put the legs around his ears and said, "Cop." I said, "Cop that, Rick." Had a bad game. Another 6 goals.
Who were the other fullbacks you played on? Chris Langford, you took that, that plank on him.
Took Mark of the Century. I kicked 5 on him in the final. We lost by 90 points. I didn't give a shit because I just milked the shit out of it. I tore my hamstring.
Give us a couple of other fullbacks.
Silvani, biggest cheat in Australia.
Why?
Because he's a wanker.
Why?
Good, I like his
not
son, though.
wanker.
No, he's a good bloke.
Why was he a cheat?
he hang
He's
on?
actually a good bloke.
Why is he cheat?
Hangs on too much.
Well done. I
And-
thought he infringed a lot of the time.
He got away with it. He's umpire's
Exactly,
pet, wasn't he?
yes.
Fullback of the century. They're off their heads.
Now, what was
Should have
your,
been
Well, we got two.
Who should it have
Give us
been?
a couple of
No,
other
who should it have
fullbacks.
been?
It should have been North Melbourne.
David Dench.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fullback.
Yep.
Jacko loved him too. Good player. Good era. Good tough era.
Oh, John's got a... Yes, John.
Come on, John. Have a crack
yes,
before I go
okay.
home.
all right?
Yes, John, your time.
Now, what was your relationship with Jeffrey Edelston? He got you up there ostensibly with...
He got me up there in '84. He was the face of it. He didn't probably put much money in.
A lot of rumours about the
Yeah.
woman he was with. And
It was really Bob Pritchard that put the
Leanne,
money in.
that's it.
Yeah.
What?
Leanne was a good sort back then. She was a bit of a serial chopper with the famous people, but she was nice. Just
A serial chopper. What's that mean?
she had a few high-profile boyfriends.
Were you one of them?
No, just good friends,
How good?
kissing cousins. Nothing
Hang
happened.
on, she was married to Jeffrey.
Yeah, but he
She had
didn't.
boyfriends.
Yeah, I don't think she had sex with him. I think he's just a bit of a handbag. But she's a nice girl, yeah. She's a nurse in Sydney at the moment. I think if my memory serves me correctly, which is quite sharp, like Sam's, she dated... No, now I've forgotten. She dated that Clive James.
Really?
the late Clive James.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, I
remember.
do.
I don't
Yeah.
remember Clive James. Are you saying that it was Edelston and what's her name?
Leanne.
Leanne.
Yeah.
They married,
Yeah, they were.
and you don't think they consummated the marriage?
Yeah, that's what I heard. But it's just
Who told you that?
Jeff. But it was just a good, just a good 3 or 4 years there with the Swanettes. And every time I kicked 6 goals, which is about 18 times, I used to go back behind the goals and high five them. And now, Scotty, you can't do anything. You can't touch
What?
you can't touch the Swanettes, but you can't touch the ground. You get a fine. One guy spat at me once. So I spat in him back.
What, opponent
What a
or a
prick.
spectator?
At Richmond, kicked 10.
Yeah, but hang on, a spectator or a player?
Well, wanker in the race. Got me in the head, so I walked up here and knocked him out.
Did you spit on him and knock him out?
I
Both.
put the roundhouse, bang.
Yeah.
As you're coming off the ground,
Then I
you ran
got
out.
I got fined.
You got fined.
It's unfair.
And you're a stripper? No, not a stripper. You're a male escort.
Yeah.
Well, what's the male escort? Do people ring up and say, "I'd like to go"?
Hey, yeah, well, I've done 30.
Tell me about
done
that.
30,000 shows, John, and the new idea rings up, which I've just told a story for them about Pamela Anderson too, but won't mention that.
So hang on, you sell stories
I've been on front page of New Idea Women's Day Penthouse.
and you
FHM.
get paid for it.
Oh, well, shit, yeah, mate. When you're a movie star, look like me, Don, unlike yourself, you get a lot of requests and jobs.
I could look like
Let's
you,
get back to the
You
question.
couldn't look
What was the
like
question
him.
I
again, mate?
could if I had.
You look like RoboCop, and that's it.
You do look like Robocock.
He does, doesn't
Yeah, Robocock, I'll call him.
he? RoboCock. He said, Warwick, Wizz, stupid man. Listen, so you set yourself up as an escort.
Oh, I forgot about that,
Women would ring you up and say, Warwick, can you escort me or take me to a function?
Restaurant, yeah, it was a meet and greet. A New Idea sort of fell for it because I told me I was doing 200 shows a year, footy shows, and I do Bucks nights. I charge them $2,000 for an hour, 10-minute talk. I get a free frame photo of Mark of the Century. So I went a bit further and said, I'll be an escort. Doesn't mean I'll have sex with her, but I'll date you, and that's going to cost you $4,000 for an hour. And I go for dinner, and whatever happens, happens. If you want to play hide the sausage, that's going to cost you another $3,000, but you got to be reasonably good looking.
Listen, when we finish this interview, can you pick my jaw up off the ground? I can't believe this.
We've got to get your ratings up a bit, mate. That's what happened.
Well, Don, if you asked some appropriate questions rather than who's
I'm
the best
staggered.
fullback he's ever played on.
Yeah, it's boring.
Well, I was trying to get.
No,
Sorry, Sammy, I've got to ask one footy question. It was the mark of the century, your mark over Langford at Waverley?
That was only 1 of 10, but
No, but was that the one that was a...
Yes.
acknowledged as mark of the century.
Yeah, well, it's not.
87.
Hang on, no, Sean Smith would be mark of the century,
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think
he?
he got one. I got two, but there's 4 in the commercial this year. The
So
Foxtel
you,
commercial.
awarded it as mark.
Yeah,
of the,
yeah.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and no one knows him. Unfortunately, he wants to work with me because no one knows him. So I try and get him out of his mental state. He's had a hard time. I quite like him, Shawnee. Actually,
Yeah, he's a good bloke, Sean.
No one knows him, but that was a good freak mark. He took one every 10 years. I took about 19 a week.
What?
A good. Chris Langford hates me because he played about 300 games, Chris, and that's all they mentioned.
He clapped that mark, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a good
Langford?
bloke, yeah.
He clapped it.
Yeah, he did during the game.
And he was on the AFL commission, wasn't he?
Not
He
at
was.
the time.
He was
No,
good.
he later went.
He's very intelligent like me. He's done well for himself. Good on him. He's got a good square head like Rich Forrester from Bob.
Did he
Beautiful.
really? He really applauded you.
Yeah, he
didn't
gave me a
I
clap.
can't believe that.
And then I tore my hamstring next quarter because
Would you have applauded him if he took a mark over you, John?
Well, seeing as I was under him and he was standing, I wouldn't know how good the mark was because you wouldn't know.
Yeah, but would you have applauded him?
Warwick
No.
was on his shoulders.
Okay, well, if you
Well, you'd know that if you if you were in front, you'd still know.
would know how high he got. Or
But
anything.
actually, contrary to what you think, guys, I had 99 home away, and I kicked the first goal just off the ground, and then he shook my hand. wasn't after the hanger. I was the first goal in the first quarter, which
so
I
he
just
acknowledged the
I
100th goal.
snapped,
100 goal.
against
Okay.
Hawthorn. There was
Right.
10 blokes there.
Yeah, okay.
I kicked over Platton's head, and boom, bango.
Okay.
Warwick, you had a brief stint as skills coach at Southport. For God's sake, man.
What do you mean skills, coach? I played there for 3 years, you idiot. I want a flag there. 3 years.
Were you engaged and retained to be the skills coach at Southport?
Yeah, that was 10 years after I
Okay,
finished that.
I didn't say what year or
Okay.
date. What in God's name did you depart to the
Told him how to take-
impart rather? Not
Just
the-
told them how to take yappers, which is the catch cry of the last 30 years. They've forgotten Jezelenko because that was the 70s. And I took better marks than Jez at training. I worked with Jez for 2 years and he doesn't like that at all because he made no money out of the game, but I did. But getting back to your question, I told him how to be a good ruck coach because I was a good ruckman, good leap.
You were a good ruckman.
Yep.
He was.
See,
No, he
I was fair.
He was not, just too small, John.
It's an
Wouldn't have mixed-
oxymoron, isn't it?
No, will you understand what I'm saying?
You can be a small ruckman.
Yeah, don't be a smart ass, Sam.
Rick Davies.
He wasn't big enough physically to play.
Yeah, they were big
but he
boys.
had a,
What's-
he had a
what's that,
good leap.
Don?
He wasn't big physically,
Yes.
to match it strength-wise, but he had a good leap.
Yeah, thanks,
And
mate.
he was a good...
So
that's
he had
why-
a good leap. So
that-
that made him a good ruckman,
Yep,
did it?
yep. That's why I was at Southport.
Not in the seniors, but in the twos.
Oh, in the seniors.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, I don't
And
know.
then
I've never played.
So
in this.
I tried to help him how to kick goals.
What
so
in the twos? You never played in the
Never.
twos?
I only played 12 games and won the best and fairest, but anyway, that's me. Anyway, went on to big and better things, and I was a skills coach here just for a year. So
Hey,
that was
Warwick,
good. Won a
Warwick.
flag there.
Warwick, have you ever said or done anything that has embarrassed you?
Not really.
There's nothing that you would take back.
I'm like Mark Jackson. Always look forward, don't look back.
Okay.
So he was your political advisor.
He was funny. Yeah, when I ran for mayor, he wanted to get his ugly head on
Oh,
there.
he's very funny, mate.
Jacko's lost 28 kilos of fat, now he can't get one. And Mark said, ugly, make a train, take a dirt road.
Take a dirt road.
It might be time for Warwick Cabot to go into the city and have some lunch. You've been great, you three. You've been great, you three clowns. And thanks for having me.
All right.
This is
now-
Warwick Capper here for the best podcast in Australia because I'm on it. And tune in, Fox Footy, Fox FM, 10 past 8,
all right.
Friday
Well,
mornings.
Warwick, thank you very much for coming
Is that
in.
enough, guys?
Oh, yeah.
No, we'll just
Thanks for having me, Don.
That's plenty.
we go out with Daddy Cool. This is what we go
All right.
out with.
Thanks, guys.